Hey guys, welcome to video number 4 of our video tutorial mini-series here on Web Design Tuts. And I'm going to talk briefly about some of the Photoshop panels that I'm using and why I'm using them, and hopefully you guys will pick up some good ideas, and well, that will help you improve your productivity, since that's our theme today. So let's open up Photoshop. So here we are. This is the normal layout, the panel layout that I'm using. Now, just one quick note. I'm using a very low resolution right now for the screencast. Normally, I use this one, the 2560 by 1440, and that allows me to have um, many more panels expanded, such as adjustments here. But what you see here is the basic panel structure that I'm using. So probably the most important one for me is the info panel. The info and the layers panel. And let me just create a new document here to have something to work with. So the info panel, this is a great tool. I keep my eye on it all the time because it continuously feeds me information about the elements on the page, such as the color information. For instance, this first section right here is for color information. So if I hover over white, it gives me the RGB values. Um, let's say I'm creating this rectangle. Let's give it a nice color here. And if I hover over this, notice how the color code changes. And it's pretty helpful, especially when you're working on a layout with lots of colors. It can come in handy. Another useful information is the dimensions here. If I enter transform mode, it automatically gives me the width and the height of my object here. And also, if I make a selection using the marquee tool, it also gives me the width and the height of that selection. And that is very cool because you can pretty much measure, instead of using the ruler tool, you can use the marquee tool to measure certain distances. For instance, if I just grab this, I can see that I have 410 pixels from the edge of my page to this element right here. And it also comes in handy when I want to position an element at a specific distance from some borders or from other elements. For instance, let's say this is a logo and I want to position it 40 or 50 pixels from the top of the page. And all I gotta do is grab this, put it on the top of the page, and then while I'm looking at this section right here, I'm dragging it and I'm looking at the Y value, and I'm just going until I get the value that I want, 50, 60 pixels. And that's an exact measurement, so that's a very useful tool. Let's see what else we have. I would say I said the layers panel. The layers panel, everyone should have it shown, because it's much faster if you have a layout that's pretty complicated. It's very good to have your layers organized into groups, and having the layers panel here where you can see it, well, it just makes your job much easier. And personally, I like to keep the icons at small thumbnails, because large just seems way too large. So I can't see the text very well, and when I'm working with lots of layers, then choosing large thumbnails just doesn't allow me to view all the layers in an organized manner, so I just prefer to have it at small thumbnails. Okay, next one, Navigator. Navigator is pretty useful when you have a big layout that you're working on, and you get a pretty you get an overall view here, and you can zoom in, zoom out, and you can also move this to see different areas of the design. This probably isn't that useful in web design, but uh, more so in graphic design when you're working on a poster or something. But personally, I prefer to have it right here. Okay, next one is the character. Um, the character and paragraph, but especially the character panel, because when you're making uh, a template for a website, you do have text on it pretty much all the time. So it's um, for me, it's very useful to have the character panel where I can see it, where I can easily access properties like line spacing or letter spacing or font size. Um, you know, all the information that I need about the font, it's here. I can easily access it, so that makes my job really, really easy. Um, One other thing would be the adjustments panel that you can see here. So let me just see if I can show it on this low resolution. There it is. So again, this is very handy because say you want to do a black and white adjustment layer. Well, there are actually three ways to do this. One, go to Image, Adjustments, Black and White. Or you can go to this, which is the easiest, and do this. Or you can go down here and choose Black and White. But for me, I think it's much faster to just do this. And if I just want to apply the black and white to the layer, I just create a clipping mask, and that's it. Very fast. And also, once you add it, it gives you the options for modifying it, just like any other adjustment layer. Hue saturation, for instance, very handy. You can just grab this and play around with it. If you want a button that's a different color, for instance. Okay, so that was the adjustment, the character. One other tool that I use is Cooler from Adobe, which for some reason has this weird issue with my internet connection. Although it is activated, but so Cooler is from Adobe. It's a color scheme picker. It's free, and you can get all these nice color scheme to use in your designs, and it's pretty easy to use. You just you can edit it, right? Create your own, like this. Modify it. Change the brightness here. You can also save it, or if you just like a theme that's here, you just add it to the swatches panel, and it is inserted automatically, so you can use it in your design. Pretty useful. And one last thing is the smart guides. Now, I'm using smart guides because they help me a lot with the positioning of the elements. So for instance, if I have two of these, two boxes, and I want to position them vertically, centered, I just grab one of them, and you can see those pink handles appearing. Well, I just drag them until they are positioned like this, and they are perfectly aligned, and it just works very well. It's very helpful when you're trying to align elements. And to activate them, go to View, Show, and select Smart Guides. Tick this and you should be ready to go. Okay, guys, the rest of the panels, well, I just like to keep them closed. Uh, the panels that I've talked about are the most important ones for me. And oh, let me talk about the application frame just for a second. So, um, on low resolutions such as this, I think it is best to have the application frame because it just seems to me that the whole layout of of Photoshop is much more compact like this. So if you take it out, all of the um, all of the panels, the main window here, the toolbar are all floated. So you can see, in the background here. But uh, I think this way is works much better on higher resolutions because you have the room for it, right? If you want like um, like a clean workspace, then yeah, you can use it. But on low resolutions, I recommend application frame. I don't know, for me, if I were to use a lower resolution, this is what I would be using. Um, yeah, okay, guys. Well, that was it. As I said, just a quick tip. Hope you found this mini-series tutorial useful, and I'll uh, I'll see you guys in my next tutorial series, which will be the basics WordPress tutorial. I know a lot of you are waiting for it, and I want to make it. Trust me, but I just don't have the time right now. But as soon as I can, I'll start working on it, and I'll keep you guys updated. Until then, thanks for watching. Have a good one.